it's time for things to get serious. Get our game face on. Thanks for joining us here on the Eternal Baseball Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Weber. Normally, Brent Rotundi is here with me tonight, but he's out on assignment. And so we decided, rather than letting him be a smart ass from the comments, we would just cut out the middleman and welcome Racktime Rob Irizarry, my partner in crime from the Let's On Joe Line podcast on Tuesdays. But you see him in the comments, usually warning us against bringing in a reliever.
Yeah.
Right here every Sunday night. And dirty little secret, and if you have been watching the show, you probably know this. Both of us Yankee fans. So I keep that I don't keep it quiet, but I don't wave the flag too much because most people get tired of Yankee fans real quick. So
yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, if you're here for it is the ring ceremony tonight. The Yanks won the last 2 Eternal titles, and they're off to a good start this year, 9-2, which is good enough to tie for the lead in the East because the East is very strong, and we'll be getting into that here real quick. The game tonight is the Yankees against the Birmingham Knights, which are one of my favorite parts of Eternal Baseball. It's the best talent from the Negro Leagues put together on their own team to compete in Eternal Baseball. Love that part of it. Eternal Baseball, we have balanced divisions. That means 32 teams. So it's the 30 current Major League franchises plus the Birmingham Knights and the Montreal Expos. And the Knights were in the Eternal Series the first year, the playoffs the second year. And last year, I think they won their division, but with a losing record. They had a terrible season last year. But they're in the division, the American League South, which is Birmingham, Kansas City, Texas, and Tampa. So the younger the franchise, usually the tougher road to hoe they have. And so it is not exactly a buzzsaw down there in the AL South.
Yeah, if you're not one of the classic 8, it seems. You have in either league, you have a hard time. So
yeah. The vintage teams always, it isn't that they're always great, but they're almost never bad. So, yeah, the talent is so deep on the squads that have over 100 years to pull from that they're usually sitting pretty. But let's take a look here. We'll share the window for our weekly tracker here. So we take a look at this every week. And, yeah, I know, every week I say it. It's an eye chart. But what you're looking at here is week 2. These are how the teams did in the last week. We play 6 games a week. You have a day off on Friday. And we keep track of it here. So it shows you who's playing well and over time. If you see a lot of gold on your team's road, and you're doing pretty well. A lot of pink, it's probably not the best season ever. So this week, the 2 teams, the team that was the strongest, Seattle Mariners, 6-0, coming off a 1-4 start. So, and they're one of the teams. We were our first scandal in Eternal Baseball. There were a couple players that had something called it's EPC. It's expected pitch count, but they had it set so that it never went down. So they could throw 125 pitches on Monday, and on Tuesday they were all set to throw 125 more. And so the computer had given these guys extra starts, like I think George McQuillan of the Phillies started 4 of their first 11 games. And more power to you, George, but you can't do that.
Yeah.
So as we sniffed these guys, there were only a handful of them, but we sniffed them out and fixed it, and then basically made them inactive until, if they started 4 games, they had to wait till the 21st game of the season before they can come back. So some of these guys who got a little frisky are sitting, and one of them was Felix Hernandez. So I think they got 3 starts from him in their first 11. That helped. But he's been sitting, and will sit for a little while his starts catch up. Basically, the software, if I say Roger Clemens is supposed to get 32 starts, he's going to get 32 starts. So if a guy goes nuts like that early on, it means he's not going to pitch the last couple weeks of the season because he'll hit his start or his innings maximum. So it does all balance out, but it makes the league look a little sketchy when you've got the same guy pitching, every other game. So there are a couple guys who got slapped on the wrist this week, but we're squaring them away. But kudos to the Mariners for absorbing the short-term loss of their ace popping out that 6-0 week. The Pirates are fantastic. They out-hit everybody. Phillies are good, even though Mike Schmidt isn't hitting at all. And because they had two guys, Pete Alexander and McQuillan, went nuts. They are 11 games in, and Steve Carlton hasn't started yet. So
maybe the best pitcher in their history.
Yeah, we're gonna get Lefty loose this week. I promise. Not our fault, but he is ready to go. The Yankees had a good week at 5-1. The Expos rebounded nicely, and the Twins too. 1-4 in week 1, 5-1 in week 2. The Reds are good. The Cubs are really good. They're 10-1, tied with the Pirates for best record overall. And then your rough week teams include the Diamondbacks, Guardians, Rockies, Tigers, Dodgers, and Padres, all at 1-5. The NL West is an absolute garbage dump. Wait till you see it. It's pretty exciting. Matter of fact, I think we can do it right here. Or wait, I probably have to share a different screen here. So let's bring up the old standings here. Yeah, here we go. So out west, 3-8 is good enough for first place for the San Francisco Giants, who Willie Mays has missed the first couple weeks.
Wow, that is a dumpster fire.
I assume that when Mays gets back, that things will get righted out there out west, maybe. But if you're the 1-10 Padres, who are only 2 games out, hope springs eternal.
No kidding.
Padre fans had a rough year anyway, so let's hope that gets a little more competitive. And then right above them, the National League North is like the King division, where 8-3 will have you in last place, but only 2 games out. With Chicago, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and St. Louis all rolling.
Yeah.
The Braves are usually good in the South. They've got a 2-game lead. The East is usually a bit of a mix. Phillies rolling that at 9-2. The Yankees and Orioles tied at 9-2 atop the AL East, with Toronto 2 games back, Boston 3 back. Kansas City, who I always view as the most likely threat in the South, has 2 games on Birmingham at 5-6. They're your division leader. Birmingham's off to another slow start. Chicago, the White Sox are good at 7-4, leading the North, and Seattle with their 6-0 week, doing nicely out west. So that's how you can see it. One thing we are watching, last year, pitching just dominated. By the end of the year, I think there were 8 guys total who hit over 300, which, I mean,
1968.
Yeah, given the level of talent, is kind of embarrassing. But it's what we found over a bunch of sim seasons, and this is our 4th actual season, is most pitchers and hitters tend to average about 20% lower than you'd expect. And that's sort of the double-edged sword of what happens when the best hitting faces the best pitching. Well, they both suffer a little bit. So that's what we've seen. But you still have some. I love the early outliers, right? Like Pujols hitting 513. Like, yeah, 11 games in, yeah, you might see that. But Ernie Witt on the home run board there with 4 homers. Good for you, Ernie. Never remember that kind of power north of the border, but proud of him regardless. And then you see some of the start thieves like George McQuillan over here with 4 wins in the first 11 days. Yeah, take a picture, George, because the rest are coming for you. So
Spud Chandler with 3 wins.
Spud Chandler, yeah, sneaking in a 3rd start there somewhere. And he's one of the new Yankees. There's very little turnover on teams because in eternal baseball you have to be. If a guy plays 5 years for a squad, gets traded, re-signs with his new team, he has to be with that new team 6 MLB seasons before he'll move in eternal baseball. So the kind of big free agent movement we're about to see is so delayed. It's like Manny Machado is about to leave Baltimore for the Padres. So it does happen, but it moves slow out here.
It's chaos.
Because we're only looking for the average of the best 3 consecutive seasons, though, there are guys that we miss. And there were 2 guys for the Yankees who got added to the squad this year. Spud Chandler is one of them, who had his best years over World War II. So is he really one of the...
Yeah, he won MVP in 43.
Yeah, so I won't... we don't discount any numbers, right? We
Yeah.
have guys from the 1880s. We have steroid accused guys. We have all higher mounds, lower mounds, segregated base, whatever. The numbers are the numbers. So I'm not going to say Spud doesn't belong. But when I looked at the numbers, I'm like, I don't know if he's one of the greatest ever. But hard to argue with him. He bumped, I think, Tanaka off the roster. I like Tanaka, but
yeah, I did too.
it is what it is. And then the other one, Charlie King Kong Keller, who had just slipped under the radar, made the team too. I forget whose spot he took, but anyway, he's inactive, so Keller doesn't play regularly yet, at least. But Chandler has gotten off to a good start anyway.
What position does Keller play?
He's outfield. I think he can play all over. But God, the Yankees are so deep in the outfield between your basic starting of Ruth, Mantle, DiMaggio, and then you get into Judge and Maris and O'Neill and Yogi can play left. And it's hard to get out. Bernie hardly ever even makes it to the playing roster. That's how good and deep the Yanks are in the outfield. Although, as Dave McDonald will remind us, there are a lot of bums on. I think aren't the bums all in Brooklyn?
Yeah,
that's what I figured. So this is how it works because it has a hard time embracing the calendar. When I go say, okay, we're going to play some baseball, it takes me to January, and I have to be hyper careful not to sim a game in January. 10 months before the season actually started, because I did once. I mean, there's a way to go back and erase an entire game, and it is a pain in the ass. So we don't want to do that. So here we are. It's November 26th. We're actually playing the first game off Monday's schedule, the 27th. And it'll be right here, Birmingham, New York. So let's load it up. And Rob can help me figure out which Yankees go where and which Knights go where. So I can flash up both numbers. We're only 11 games into the season, so this is the difference between real stats and replay stats. So replay stats are what...
I've still got the standings up.
Oh, interesting. Hang on here. We'll get this right. Oh, that's what I want. I want entire screen. This one. Much better. So what I'm really, let's see here. And we want to get our pictures in pretty quick here. So I'm putting the real stats up. These are the actual stats that are entered into the game. And over here are the pitches that they've thrown recently. So it looks like Chesbro went 2 days ago. Chandler went yesterday. Shockey could go today, but the advertisement was for Whitey. So, and Ford's only got 90 pitches, but I'm afraid we're going to have to stick with that because that's what the billboard was. So, Whitey on, looks like 3 days rest. So, we may get into the bullpen here before you know it. And Willie Foster. So, it's lefties and lefties. So, for New York, we'll look at rank them by OPS against left-handers and looking at how they've done so far this year. The only one who's done very well is Gehrig.
Yeah.
So,
left or right, it didn't matter much to Lou.
Yeah. So keep that in mind that Gehrig has been sharp. But traditionally, here's what the numbers are. Plenty of guys who do a lot of damage against lefties. So Rob, you're the guest host. So I put the accent on guest. So help me build it here. Where do you want to see the guys?
All right, let's take a look here. All right, OPS versus lefties. Gee, look at us. Look at
Yeah. They don't tend to struggle.
Yeah, like I said, we've got an entire lineup where you can just look at it and go, yeah, there's we can have an entire lineup of 1,000 OPS against lefties.
Not bad.
Well, let's see. I know traditionally this didn't happen, but we probably want to have, what do we think, DiMaggio leading off?
It's usually I'll either get DiMaggio or Mantle because then I can split up. I can split up if you want to go lefty righty. I can split up Ruth and Gehrig, which sounds like sacrilege, because that's not how they did it back in the
No,
day.
because lefties and righties didn't matter much to those two guys.
Yeah, exactly right. So it can be whatever you want. The Yankees really don't have a pure leadoff guy, unless you put Jeter up there. But God bless Derek Jeter, but he is a second-class citizen in this level.
Yeah, but with an OPS of 992, almost 1,000.
It's not bad, right?
No, he's not doing too shabby so far.
Your call. Your call. You get to build.
You know what? Why don't we try Derek Jeter leading off? Looking at these numbers.
All right.
Good on base. Good, good batting. Let's go for it.
Okay. Jeter then.
Let's see. You say you wanted to split up Ruth and Gehrig?
You can. You don't have to.
Yeah.
In one of the rules that's different in internal baseball than current MLB is you can change your levers as often as you want.
Yeah.
So if you stack your lefties or your righties, the other team can take advantage of it later on. Not that the Yankees don't have a bench to counter with, but
yeah. Because I was thinking, then I would say the next logical number 2 hitter is probably DiMaggio.
Okay. And this is a weird thing. DiMaggio and Mantle are rated the same in center, but DiMaggio is rated as a better left fielder. So because his overall numbers are better, if you're playing Mantle and DiMaggio together, Mantle usually goes to left.
Okay.
And there was some
Yankee Stadium has a big left field. He's got the range.
Yeah, there was some consternation about that among Yankee fans in the offseason about
it's probably less rating, so it's better on his knees.
I love the idea of the two of them both jogging out to center in their prime and just go, "What's up, man?"
Flip a coin.
Can you imagine DiMaggio going, "No, sir, after you"?
Yeah, no, not really.
Yeah, maybe not.
I think Mickey would have done it. Mickey would have. No, you take it. But
Well, it's funny because I think Mickey would have deferred to the senior statesman, right?
Yeah, I think
so. But if in eternal baseball, they're the same damn age, and they're both in their prime, and I'm like, ooh, talk about alpha and alpha, nice. All right, so Jeter, DiMaggio, then
I'd say Ruth 3rd,
Ruth 3, and Gehrig 4, right?
I would think, yeah.
Given his current numbers and traditional numbers. Then you're looking at Mantle, Judge, or A-Rod.
I'd say Mantle 5.
Mantle 5 in center. Then you're looking at Judge or Rodriguez, most likely. And that would put Judge in right and Ruth to DH because Judge is a better rated defender.
Yeah. Let's see.
Unless you're thinking wild card.
No, I'm thinking it basically is a toss. Let's put A-Rod next.
Okay. At 3rd. Then it pretty much has to be Judge.
Yeah.
So Judge at 7th. Judge hitting 7th, playing right, Ruth will DH. And then your only questions really are catcher and second base. Irizarry is probably your best gag. He's your best option at second.
Yeah.
And then Bill Dickey is, he's actually even got a little defensive. He's rated slightly better defensively than Berra, and he's better against lefties, even though they're both left-handed. So Dickey hit 9th. The Yankees look good.
I said, who's your second catcher? Yogi Berra.
Yeah, right. It's the best, man. We're like, well, what if one of them gets hurt? Well, then they call up Kevin Munson. What if he gets hurt? Well, then they call up Posada. What if he gets hurt? Then they call up Elston Howard. Like, holy smoke. You could almost go with 9 catchers, and it would be pretty
yeah, exactly. I mean, basically, from Dickey to Berra to Howard to Munson, that's MVPs, all of them.
Yeah, like ridiculous. All right, so looking here at the Birmingham Knights, their guys having particularly good years against lefties are Judy Johnson, a really slick fielding third baseman, and Mule Suttles, whose great name and a pure DH, because he's terrible at first and, well, I love that he's a 4 at first base out of 10 and a 2 in center field. So if they're like, Mule, we can't play at first. He's like, no problem, I play center. No, you don't. You really don't.
No,
but
no.
you're definitely going to play, Mule.
You play center, we start trying to shade everybody to right. You know?
Right. So, but he is an absolute witch with the bat, so he'll definitely be in there. They're on base. Let's see. Oh, it's Willie Wells, their shortstop, who's frequently in the MVP discussion. And then just to make sure there's a lefty in there somewhere, Oscar Charleston's probably third, Josh Gibson second, which is kind of ridiculous, but that's where we're
I know.
Because Mule Suttles is a beast. We'll put him at DH. Martin DeHigo usually ends up at second base.
Wow, I'm looking at Monty Irvin. He didn't end up with the Giants, huh?
If they played, he played with the Giants, but the Giants are actually a hard outfield to crack.
Yeah, true.
And I definitely wanted to make sure there was representation for the Negro Leagues team. So, but you could make an argument for them. But man, the Giants are loaded. That's a hard team to get. To get tied for. Bullet Rogan, I think ends up in right usually. Louis Santop is the backup catcher, but he actually plays a tolerable left. Although, you know what? You should probably play Irvin.
Yeah.
Better defense, almost as good at bat. And then here's Judy Johnson, who's fantastic at third. And now we're only short of first baseman. That's Buck Leonard, who's one of the few guys rated a 10 defensively for range. Not many guys get to 10, so not much is getting by Buck Leonard at first base. And just like that, I think we're ready for baseball.
All right.
Oh, let's see here. Hold on, I'm missing some of the comments. Yeah, but nobody likes A-Rod. That's you gotta factor that. A-Rod is rated better as a shortstop than Jeter, which is probably true for their prime, but I haven't heard any Yankee fans say. I hear a lot more, get that guy out of there, put in Greg Nettles, than I get. He should play short over Jeter. So, all right, I think we're ready for war. Let's see.
Is Nettles on the 40-man for the Yankees? Or?
He is.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't gotten anything.
We'll get this right. Hang on. Entire screen, share audio.
While they fix the audio out in the truck, let's go to F Troop.
Right.
Off for Birmingham. Shortstop, Willie.
All right.
Wells.
Appreciate that, Cameron. I'll learn how to do this sooner or later.
Play ball!
All right. So we will also make sure it displays a little bigger because it's a big field. We'll get Birmingham over to the computer. There we go. And we're ready for baseball. Okay, one thing to watch is Whitey's on 3 days rest. So he's got a 90 pitch maximum. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. And that means the scariest of all things, we're going to have to get into the pen. Yeah. And New York's pen is fine, but all pens bullpens are kind of cursed. We've found in Eternal Baseball. So we'll pick our poison when we get to it. But as for right now, it's Willie Wells. Doing what Willie Wells does.
Catcher, Josh Gibson.
So we'll keep Willie close here. 95%.
Well, that ought to dissuade him.
Yeah, I know what we'll do. We'll pitch out. There he goes. Just like that.
No!
That easy. Love it. Okay, so now Josh Gibson.
Tip.
Yeah, I like that better. I actually found a really good picture of Josh Gibson this week. I may update it because, God, he looks like a high
Center
schooler.
fielder, Oscar Charleston.
Charleston.
Ball four.
Designated hitter, Mule Suttles.
scary as hell. That is something. If you haven't if you didn't miss our or if you didn't catch our debut program, new for this year, I added in the Hall of Fame logos on each guy's thumbnail, which is helpful for guys you may have never heard of, right, or don't know anything about. So you can see them come up in the Knights lineup. As many as the Yankees send up there, the Knights will probably balance it out.
Yeah, about as
Hall
loaded.
of Famers of their own. All right, so here's Neil Suttles, who's terrifying. Yeah. I think it's in there, though.
I think Joe's got it.
Great play.
Pitching for Birmingham, Willie, Foster. Leading off for New York, shortstop, number 2, Derek, Jeter.
Good bunter. I'm just throwing that out there. But Gibson is rated as with a 9 range and a 9 arm behind the plate. So I'm not too hip to bunt today unless we really need it.
Yeah.
You let me know when you want to bunt, Rob. And I'll make it happen.
First inning, I don't have the wild hair to bunt just yet.
Fair enough. Here's I was going to say the captain, but you can't say that.
Yeah.
Not much is going to
Left fielder, number 5.
I mean, Derek
Joe
Jeter is a guy
DiMaggio.
who's 6th on the all-time hit list. So
Yeah, maybe let him swing. Overrated though.
Oh, completely.
Come on, everyone on this horse. No problem.
Designated hitter, number 3, Babe Ruth.
All right, Babe.
I don't think that's got the distance.
No. We're going to test Willie Wells here. Oh, he puts it.
Second baseman, Martin.
That ball came down with snow on it.
Jeter charges, throws, poor play.
No!
Safe. That Jeter, I'm telling
Right
you.
fielder,
That's it. Get Volpe in there.
Rogan.
Pass to diving Jeter. All right, here's Bullet Rogan, who also pitches. No problem. No, that's got to be foul.
Ball.
Yeah.
So 0-2 on Bullet Rogan. Oh, man. And he gets Goodwood, single left. He goes
Left fielder, Monty Urban.
Monty gets hit.
Dead ball.
Uh-oh.
We're in trouble already now.
Third baseman,
Nobody
Judy
out.
Johnson.
Bases loaded for Judy Johnson. And he's moving them along.
Judy.
First baseman,
Rog-
Buck Leonard.
Rogan will not test Aaron Judge's arm, which is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Here's Buck Leonard with the bad sauce.
Ball.
Oh. Is it too early to start the bullpen up there? With 2 in, bases loaded, nobody out?
Hot dog, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's time to get a hot dog. Babe's in the dugout going, 2!
I think that is Ruth, actually. It's actual audio. You know, I'm not shy here. And you can get a true reliever ready a lot faster than a starter. So if we need a Band-Aid, it's usually Rigetti or Goose Gossage. Do you have a preference?
Let's see. They're geared up towards righties right now, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's go for the goose.
All right. So we'll get Gossage warming. Hope we don't need him. And then if he does need to come in, he's the Band-Aid, and then we'll put in probably a starter who's not ready to Stottlemyre or somebody who's not normally in the rotation. All right, so top of the lineup, Willie Wells. DiMaggio's on that, but will Irvin go? Yeah. Yes, he will.
Monty Irvin's going, yeah.
3-0 Knights, 1 down. Josh Gibson comes to the plate.
Oh, no problem here at all.
Yeah, no worries, right?
Ball.
Hey,
Take your
Watson.
base.
Whitey looks a little gassed.
Yeah, Whitey doesn't seem to have it today, and there is a rating for that. Some days they just don't have their good stuff. Gossage is ready. Are we pulling the plug?
You know what?
He's gone. All right, bring in the goose. That's not exactly how we expect.
Pitching
it to
for
go,
New York,
but
number 54, Rich Gossage.
I'm sorry, Rich. Welcome to the mound, Richard.
Yeah.
Have you met Oscar Charleston? He got some of it. No, Judge is on that.
Yeah.
No, it's off the wall. So 5-0 Birmingham. Mule Suttles is up with 1 out and first base open. You can pitch to him. You can pitch around him. You can walk him.
And who's up next?
Martin Dehigo, who's ridiculous too, but not at the same level. Suttles is 356, 40 homers, 90 RBI. Dehigo's 329, 32, and 80. So it definitely is not the same kind of threat.
Yeah, this is.
You want to pitch around him?
Yeah, let's try pitching around him.
All right. Give him nothing to hit.
Ball.
And we walk him. That's all right.
They had a feeling that's what was going to happen regardless.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm not too heartbroken about that. Let's see what Dehigo has for us. Oh, we hit him.
Dead ball.
Oh, boy.
Getting ugly.
Yeah. Getting laid awful early.
Right? You can hear that from the bench, actually. Here's Bullet Rogan with a tapper to short. Throw home. Out chance 12% or a 53% chance to complete the double play. I think that's
Double play.
Double play, right? Yeah, okay. Throw home, no. So Irizarry, they don't get, but they get one. 7-0 Birmingham.
Oof. Oh, my. We're getting steamed.
I'm going to try to pick off Rogan just because it means I don't have to throw it home. Right. Monty Irvin. Judge is coming in. All right.
First baseman, number 4, Lou Gehrig.
All right, time for the comeback. Here's Lou Gehrig with
That
a
wasn't
dribbler to the 10 fielder over
Center
the
fielder, number 7, Mickey Mantle.
Ball.
Willie Foster's thrown 15 pitches. He's up 7-0.
Third baseman, number 13, Alex Rodriguez.
Strike 3.
Right fielder, number 99, Aaron Judge.
All right, it's a rally. Oh, look at that.
Second
hustle
baseman,
double.
number
There
6,
you go. And hustling home.
Lazary.
The are on the board. Here's Tony Irizarry. Right at Wells. Who puts it away? After 2, it's 7-1 Knights. And here's Judy Johnson.
I think Mickey's got it. No, I think Jeter's got it.
Yeah, Jeter's on it.
Yeah, that another ball that came down with snow.
Here's Buck Leonard. Joe's all over that, I think. Yeah. Back to Willie Wells. Top of the
Catcher,
line.
number
All
8,
right.
Bill Dickey.
Bill Dickey comes up for the first time. Down 7-1. Oh. Could be a big inning, Rob.
You know the catcher's running.
Get him, Bill.
Strike 3.
Jeter sits down. Joe with a hot shot to short, to second, to first.
Oh, boy.
The rally killed. Looks like it might be a long night in New York. Here's Josh Gibson.
Ball.
Mm-hmm. So Gossage, actually, he's almost gassed. I got a little excited with him. He's already thrown 39 pitches. So time to get somebody ready quick. Probably a reliever. Well, they're all relievers, basically.
Yeah.
We're or Lyle can give us length. Both lefties.
Why don't we go Sparky?
Okay. Going to be a bullpen game from here on out. All right. So usually if you throw to one batter and then do a mound visit, Gossage looks tired. Yeah, no doubt. That gives you enough time to get the new guy in. So.
Pitching for New York, number 28, Sparky Lyle.
All right, Sparky. To Mule Suttles. Hitting into the double play. Love it. Bringing up Babe Ruth.
There you go, Sparky.
Good for you, Sparky. Cameron Fletcher is all over it. Let's see who our options are here out in the pen. It doesn't. There must be some guys who are not rated to throw out of the pen, because normally we would have a Sotomayor or somebody here, but it looks like it's going to be pure relievers today. Because Guidry is normally in the rotation, so is Chesbro, so is Chandler, so is Shockey.
Yeah.
So we'll have to look into that. It doesn't look like New York has a pure long guy, but 55 pitches from Rigetti is not bad. So he's probably next on our conga line.
He used to be a starter.
Yeah, exactly. Ask Wade Boggs all about it. Here's Lou Gehrig. Doesn't have enough.
No.
Mickey Mantle. We got wrong guy to hit it to. Judy Johnson's pretty incredible with that glove.
Yeah, I mean Mickey's fast, but
Yeah.
Take your base.
or he was at one point.
Yeah, he is here.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with his knees in eternal baseball. Bullet Rogan with a tapper to A-Rod. And they get two. Very nice.
Well, Mickey blew his knees as a rookie, so I mean, it was just,
Hey, I guess that's true. I guess his knees are bad, but good enough to play center.
Yeah.
So we go to the bottom of the fifth. Here's Alex Rodriguez.
Strike three.
Sitting down.
Strike three.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Strike three.
Ooh.
Oh.
Willie Foster, not fooling around today. He has
No.
given up one hit through five. Here's Judy Johnson.
Pummel.
Oh.
Almost had it.
Strike
Hopefully,
three.
hopefully Judge didn't run through a wall.
Right? Watch out for that concrete footing out there in L.A. Buck Leonard. Hustling a double
Oh.
to bring up Willie Wells. Tapper to A-Rod. No problem. Two down for Josh Gibson. Oh, boy. Got quite a bit
Joe's there.
in the corner. DiMaggio brings it in. Very nice. All right, Bill Dickey. Oh, here we go. Poor play by Dihigo at second. Dickey gets a double out of it. Here's Derek Jeter. Down the line. But Irvin looks like he's on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send Dickey to third. Safe chance. 27%. Think I'm
No.
good. Yeah, think I'm good.
No.
Here's DiMaggio. One out.
We're down by 6? No.
Right. Look at DiMaggio. Old school baseball. Hit it to the right side. Advance the runner. Down 7-1. But okay.
Yeah, but the next guy might, launch it. So,
True. And here's the guy.
Strike three.
No, it isn't.
but not that time.
Wow. Sparky Lyle's only got 11 pitches left in him. So it's probably time to get the guy they call Rags
Yeah.
warming up.
Time to get the former pitching coach of the San Francisco Giants.
That's right. Giants legend.
He was there forever. I mean, he went through.
He really
I mean,
was.
Strike
they
three.
went through managers that he stayed.
Strike three.
And Lyle is worn out, which is good because Bullet Rogan murders lefties. So we'll bring in a lefty.
All right.
Pitching for New York, number 19, Dave Rigetti.
You know,
But hey, fresh arm.
I mean, Goose inherited a mess and did okay, but
Yeah.
Lyle pitched well.
Lyle put the fire out at least. Yeah. Unfortunately, it already burned the house down.
Right. Too late to save anything, but all right. Looks like Charleston's going to try to take third. We got a 20% chance to throw him out. The only downside is Rogan probably takes second, but with
I
two
say we
outs,
give it a shot.
yeah, let's give it a shot. Can DiMaggio get Charleston at third base?
It's got a good arm.
Oh, if we cut the throw to second, we got a 57% chance to get Rogan. That's the win.
Yes.
Poof.
Oh, boo!
Oh,
Ain't nothing going our way. 5.
no.
Here's Monty Irvin.
That's just that pitch out.
Right? Yeah, the pitch out is obviously the highlight of the game. Looks like Mantle's all over the top. Very nice. Okay. So we go to the bottom of the 7th, obviously.
And we get
I
Robert
gotta
Merrill's
say-
rendition of God Bless America.
This is the highlight of the game so far for me.
Yeah. No kidding. Wow.
I like how I said before the game started, Whitey's on a pitch count. He may not go deep this game. Yeah, you got that right.
Yeah, well, you weren't kidding.
Man, you know what? This will probably be our highest rated broadcast ever because everyone likes to watch New York lose. All right, so here's Lou Gehrig leading off bottom of the 7th. Crowd likes it. Ooh, yeah, that's a good shot right there.
Oh,
There
and
we
he
go.
deposits it into the expensive seats.
Like that. Don't call it a comeback. 7-2. Here comes Mickey Mantle. Not quite the same.
No,
Pop off the bat.
maybe he's tiring. Maybe this is
could
our
be.
chance.
Could be it. Nope. Great play by Oscar Charles. Here's Aaron Judge.
Ball 4. Take your base.
No, we may get the running game going.
There we go.
26% steals.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Josh Gibson back there. Too early to pinch hit for Irizarry, right? 7th inning?
Yeah.
All right.
Ball 4.
First and second. Bill Dickey, 1 for 1 with a walk, probably. Hitting 382 on the season. Let's go, Bill. Ooh. A laser.
Oh.
We got ourselves a ball game, ladies and
Brent
gentlemen. Willie Foster.
Oh, that went all the way through. All right.
3-run shot for Bill Dickey. 2 down for Derek Jeter.
Ball 4.
And we're still going.
All right. Oh, I was just about to say maybe we should get someone going in the pen for Birmingham, but they just put in Jose Mendez. Who
Pitching for
actually
Birmingham,
closes for them
Jose
part of the time,
Mendez.
so they're not fooling around. It is a right-handed pitcher, though, so just to do our due diligence here. Wait, that versus righties. All right, the only guys in the line, well, Irizarry, Jeter, Judge, or A-Rod, we could pinch hit O'Neill or Mattingly for them when we get there, but we're not close to them yet. For now, it's Joe DiMaggio. Hitting it to the wrong guy. Thus the rally ends. But the Yankees score 4.
Yes, there is. There's a prayer now. We
Yeah,
actually have to. We may have to manage.
7-5. There's still hope that our bullpen can break our heart. Right here. Here's Dave Righetti, Judy Johnson. Yeah, it starts. Poor play, Jeter. Red Sox fans rejoice. Buck Leonard.
Strike 3.
Sitting down. Here's Willie Wells. Oh, dive, Jeter, dive.
He's going right into those
He's going
stands.
to the stands. He actually made that catch. And fans are going like, that's totally unrealistic. Hate to break it to you. I can show you the video. It's not too hard to find on YouTube. So 2 down. Here's Josh Gibson. Look at Mantle.
The knees are feeling good today.
Out of the way, kid.
I got it.
Very nice. The Commerce comment getting it done. All right, so we go to the bottom of the 8th. Here's Babe Ruth leading off against Jose Mendez.
A man who's in scoring position standing at the plate.
Pummel.
Thank goodness. Great. Here's 1 and 2 to Ruth.
Strike 3.
Sitting down. Ruth did not do much so far today.
No, he hasn't.
But Lou had a shot early on. He's got some of that, but not enough.
Yeah.
Oscar Charleston brings it in.
Wrong part of the ballpark.
2 down for Mickey Mantle. All right. Which Mantle, 78% chance to steal second. 2 down, A-Rod at the plate, and A-Rod against righties. His OPS is 963. So you could get a slight bump with O'Neill or Mattingly if you felt like it. That would probably end up moving Irizarry to third and Joe Gordon.
I don't know if the benefits there.
There's not much bump there.
Yeah.
All right. So, A-Rod, we love you, 0 for 3.
He's due.
He is. He hits a dribbler to Judy Johnson across the diamond. Safe.
Hey!
Who knew? All right. I think Judge. Where is Judge? Okay. Judge is 9. Same thing. 963. So, given that we want a 2-run shot here, we probably want Judge over O'Neill or Maddox. Does that make sense? Or are you feeling one of the other guys? Rob?
Let's go O'Neill.
All right. The numbers actually say O'Neill for straight hitting, so less strikeouts too.
Pinch hitting for New York, number 21, Paul O'Neill.
Oh, he's going to ruin that whole dugout.
Oh, my God.
Homer Bush is hiding somewhere under the bench.
Evacuate the Gatorade buckets.
Oh, man. All right, well, he can stay in and play right.
Mm.
If he's simmered down enough, if he's calm enough for it. No, Righetti's still got 28 pitches in him. No reason to change now, I don't think.
No, but we might want to get somebody warming.
Let's see. By the time he's out, it's mainly right-handers. So your pick of David Robertson, Dylan Betances, probably not Rivera.
Let's go Robertson.
All right. Get Houdini warming up. Mantle with a nice catch. Here's Mule Suttles. God, he murders left-handers. But it's funny, you're like, he hits 376 off lefties. You can't leave Righetti in there. He hits 347 against righties. Like, either way, this is going to hurt. Yep. Oh, wait, Mantle might have it. All right. If Mantle dives, he's got a 55% chance to catch this ball.
Dive.
Mule's pretty slow, so I don't think he's taking second regardless, unless it goes all the way to the wall.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what Mickey's. Great play.
That's why he's Dad's favorite player.
Yeah, I get it. And Aaron Judge's least favorite player. Can't believe you ran in front of me for that ball. TV too. Jeez. All right, so here's 2 down, Martin Dihigo.
Strike 3. Hero.
So here we go to the bottom of the 9th.
Last chance.
It might be Tony Irizarry, but more likely, yeah, Irizarry's way down there. This is absolutely Madden.
Yeah. We'll have to bring in Willie. We'll have to bring in Willie.
I tried to pinch hit Mattingly for O'Neill, who's not even at bat right now.
Yeah.
And O'Neill was like, yes, you probably should. I'm awful.
Pinch hitting for New York, number 23, Don Mattingly.
7-5 Knights. Don Mattingly pinch hitting. Bottom of the 9th. Yeah, right to short. 1 down. Bill Dickey with a 3-run homer earlier in the game. Not enough. Fly to center. Charleston is there. It's Jeter. You've got Yogi, Joe Gordon, and Gleyber Torres. But I think
you know what? He's just as likely to get on base as any of those guys.
Yeah, he is. All right.
And we need a base runner.
Yeah, and he's got a little more speed than Yogi if he gets on.
Yeah.
So run, Jer, run. Oh, it's an error at first. Jeter gets second.
Wow.
Who knew? The great glove of Buckland. Actually, E5, so it was a throw. All right, so runner on second, down 2. Here's Joe DiMaggio. Down the line, but Bullet Rogan gives chase.
Foul ball.
Foul ball.
1-2 to DiMaggio. 2 down, bottom of the ninth. Grounded to Wells, who's up with it. Flips to Leonard. Ball game.
Oh.
Let's hear the recap.
The final score from Yankee Stadium, Birmingham 7, New York 5. Willie Foster is the winner. He is now 1-1. Whitey Ford picks up the loss. He is now 1-2 on the season. Jose Mendez gets the save. Number 2. Bill Dickey hit home run number 2 on the season. Lou Gehrig hit number 4. Time of the game: 3 hours, 36 minutes.
Didn't feel like it. Didn't feel like
No,
36.
flew right by. A lot of action.
So if you look in the stuff category here, you can get nothing. You can have a minus, 2 minuses, a plus, or 2 pluses. Basically, it's how sharp was your.
So
your
Foster had
today.
good stuff today.
Foster had good stuff. Yankees still scored 5 off of him.
Yeah.
But man, they brought in Mendez, who closes for him part of the time, and he was dynamite. 2 1/3 innings, no runs, 1 strikeout. Over on the New York side, Ford got roughed up, and he had poor stuff today. But the funny thing is, Borghetti had really bad stuff, 2 negatives, and he was dynamite. Like
some days you just pitch through it.
Yeah, Lyle and Borghetti pitched 6 innings of scoreless relief, which kept New York in it close enough to make that run. Well, I'm glad it wasn't. I'm glad it wasn't just a runaway. It wasn't a bulldozing. But
no, I mean, look, there was enough. We made him earn a save. So you know.
Yeah. But Birmingham getting off the schneid a little bit with a win. The Yankees got their rings, but also took it on the chin. They'll fall out of first place, depending on what Baltimore does on the Monday schedule. So that's what Eternal Baseball looks like. We call it the best 60 minutes of baseball you'll see all week. Certainly right now.
Yeah.
So if you like what we're doing, you can find Eternal Baseball on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter or X if you prefer. And you can find anything we do at eternalbaseball.com. We have team-specific message boards where we post the daily box scores. And we try to keep every team up and running as good as they possibly can. But it is hard to keep an eye on 32 teams at the same time. So if you see a guy for your favorite team who should be playing more, or a guy who should be playing less, or maybe a guy who's inactive who could use a shot.
Or a guy who's not Willie Wilson.
Yeah, exactly, right? Breaks my heart that Kansas City's playing so well with Alex Gordon, Willie Wilson, and Frank White leading the way. But I'm a man of my word. We're playing Royals baseball.
That would be the ultimate irony, wouldn't it?
Man, 5-6. I just want to say you can play Willie Wilson, but you got to sit Amos Otis and then just watch the meltdown, right?
There's always somebody.
Royals fans, very, very picky. But they're in first place at 5-6. Although here comes Birmingham at 4-8 now. So anyway, if you see something you'd like to change, throw it up there. We have a Tigers fan and a Twins fan who are giving us lineup suggestions all the time. Like we always say, we'll never know any team better than the diehard fans. So let us know what you want to see. And Ken Castro wanted to see a fun game. And
there we go.
I didn't think we were going to give it to you again, but we actually So there is also the Eternal Baseball newsletter. It's absolutely free. It goes out on Friday afternoons. Sign up for that on the website. And then catch the Eternal Baseball podcast here every Sunday night at 9 o'clock. Normally me and Brent, but I appreciate Racktime Rob for sitting in today, helping me steer the Yankees into the Hudson. Normally, you can see me and Racktime Rob on Tuesday nights on the What's on Joe Mind podcast. You can find that on YouTube as we delve into the world of G.I. Joe, whether there's news or not.
If there's news, great. If not, blather.
Yeah, we'll make it up. It's fine.
We'll make,
We're good.
yeah,
We're good.
we'll think of something.
Yeah, tune in. All new for this season, less Wham. So it's going to be a good show every Tuesday. So, but anyway, we appreciate you being along for the ride. We'll have all the new box scores posted up tomorrow morning for the Monday action as we march on with season 4 of Eternal Baseball. So, for Racktime Rob, for Brent McChundy, who's on assignment, and for me, Mark Weber, thanks for joining us. And we'll see you next time on the Eternal Baseball Podcast.